Now, okay, that was a championship game.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a championship game.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Virginia Duke played out like a championship game, but Duke won it. I'll say this is that Manny's got a little more gray in his beard than I remember.
Yeah.
But
I think he has more now than he did during the game.
right. But they won. And part of it is the quarterback difference. I mean, their quarterback, Mensa's a really terrific quarterback, and that is going to be Texas Tech's problem moving forward. I'm not big on Texas Tech's quarterback.
Morton. He's okay, but he's not.
He's good. He's passable, right? I mean, the freshman kid. You see the freshman kid Hammond play? Ooh, he's a good player.
Yeah.
But the way this played out, the 4 teams that get the byes earned it.
Yes. Indiana, Ohio State, Georgia, Texas Tech.
That part's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 1, you've got to go to 16 teams. Texas is not in this conversation. But
they lost 3 times.
Right. But I will bring Texas into the conversation for this reason. They get penalized for playing Ohio State on the road. You get penalized for playing Ohio State on the road?
Yeah.
Really? You lost the game 14-7 with a guy making his 3rd career start and his first ever road start. But you get penalized for it because you didn't win the game. Okay. Ended up with 3 losses. 12-team playoff, I get that part. Okay. But don't you want to encourage
those scheduling
people to play a big game early in the season? I do.
Yeah.
I want to encourage people to play a big game early in the season. You know, remember when Auburn came in? I mean, you were still in school up at Syracuse time, but Auburn comes in here.
It was a huge game.
Right? Bo Nix is the quarterback. Crowd was going crazy. Peter King texted me. No, actually, we talked on the phone. He said to me, like Monday or Tuesday after the game, he says, Steve, I'm watching that game. He says, that's a bucket list. He says, I've got to somehow get to that someday. Right? Get to that whiteout game like that. The emotion. It was Auburn, Penn State. It was big. Right? And people want those games. They want those games. I understand why it's okay. Look, I have no problem with playing Nevada, no problem playing Florida International. You got 3 of those there. To me, as the time goes, I'd like to see more a game scheduled. But if you're going to penalize you for it, why should you? Why should you schedule that if you're going to be penalized for it? In 2016, I've gone back to this many times, but I'll go back to it again. Okay? Washington's non-conference schedule in 2016 was Portland State, Idaho, and Rutgers. Right?
Yeah.
Right? And as expected, they went through it, and they ended up losing 1 game all year, and they're like, oh, they lost 1 game. They're one of the final 4 teams. Now, Penn State's playing better down the stretch than they are. They won 9 games in a row. Right? Won 9 games in a row. Beat Ohio State, beat Wisconsin. I mean, won 9 games in a row. Okay? And they're over there playing Portland State, Idaho, and Rutgers for their non-conference schedule, and they got away with it. Right? What's your standard? So the non-conference part bothers me. When Texas, and I'm not here to do, but they're a good example.
Yeah.
They go out and put themselves out there, and they play Ohio State. Okay, on the road. Don't win. Got penalized for it. Now, they wouldn't have been penalized as much if they had not lost to Florida. I understand that. But it's also a long season. Now let's get to the Notre Dame part.
Which
Miami over Notre Dame. Let's start with the Miami over Notre Dame part. They played.
Yeah.
Miami won. They have the same record. So Miami being seeded higher than Notre Dame, no issue. Notre Dame being out of this is an issue, and the big issue to me is the clowning around with the 5 conference champion things. I'm sorry. it's adorable that you want to have a group of 5 team in there.
Mm-hmm.
That's adorable. Let's give the little guy a chance. Okay, wonderful. Okay? Like, Liberty's going to play Oregon in the Fiesta Bowl. Low ratings and a blowout. Okay? Like last year, Boise State got in. Good team, great running back. Best running back in the country last year.
Yeah.
Right? Penn State takes them apart. Okay? Wins the game. Okay? Boise. But now you got James Madison at Oregon. They're going to be a 20-plus point underdog. Right? Tulane has already been blown out by Ole Miss. You've got 2 rematches in the opening round. You've got Oklahoma hosting Alabama, and you've got Tulane playing Ole Miss. So you've got 2 rematches in the opening round. Really? That makes no sense to me.
James Madison is a 21-point underdog. Tulane is a 17-point underdog.
Right. This is the playoffs. This is the play. Okay, it's 136 teams. It's down to 12. You've got double-digit underdogs. I realize they're playing on the road. That part I've got. But this is a playoff. That tells you right now that the people that put this stuff together don't think they're playoff-worthy teams. Right? If it were like 5 to 8 points, okay, I got it. Now you're like, hey, home field comes into play.
Well, that's where we're sitting with Miami versus Texas A&M. A&M is a 4-point underdog. They're at, or a 4-point favorite. They're at home.
Right.
Alabama, 1.5-point underdog on the road.
Right.
But
again, it's a playoff, so that's what you expect. Cool. This is, my argument is about the 5 conference champions.
Yeah.
All right. Now, if you go to 16 and you have 11 at-larges, okay, I'll buy the 5 conference champions. I will.
Yeah.
I'll buy it. Because it doesn't cheapen the playoff the way this does. And I'm sorry to all the great people at James Madison. I'm sorry to all the great people at Tulane. But those are going to have a chance to be 2 non-competitive games on the road. And you're just going to sit there and go, okay. I mean, you notice ESPN didn't pick up either one of those games. They let TNT take those games.
Yeah. May I ask you a question? What was the reasoning for waiting until now to flip Miami above Notre Dame and BYU? Nothing changed on either schedule.
Nothing changed.
The only change was BYU lost.
That's right.
But as we had been told, no one's going to get penalized for losing a game. Well, spoiler, it seems like Miami got bumped for doing nothing. And BYU, it feels like, got penalized for losing, and Notre Dame got penalized for nothing. Like, that's where I think my issue comes in.
Right.
Is for some reason, these 2 teams got bumped down. Nothing changed on BYU's, Notre Dame's, or Miami's schedule.
Well, Miami went up and didn't play.
Yeah, Miami went up, didn't play.
Notre Dame fell
or Virginia.
Play, okay? And didn't play either team.
No.
And not only that, but let's be straight about Alabama for a moment. The last month of the season, they didn't play well.
Bad.
I mean, they did not play well the last month of the season. And Saturday was actually indicative of how Alabama has been playing of late. Just they played that way against terrific competition this time. I mean, they played a legitimately outstanding team, and that outstanding team backhanded them.
Yeah.
I mean, that was not a fun game to watch. It was not a good game to watch. And the problem with Alabama, it's not the 3 losses, because the 3rd loss was in a game that's the extra game where you put yourself out there. I understand that part. But just on pure level of play, you watch the month of November. Notre Dame looked like they were playing better than Alabama. Miami looked like they were playing better than Alabama. And Alabama kept getting the benefit of doubt each week as they played along and kind of like grinding out a win here, because Alabama's running game is not good.
No.
Right.
It's bad.
Even when the kid's in there, because the kid didn't play.
Jam Miller.
Did not play in the championship game. Even with him in there, they haven't been a great running team. They rely so much on Simpson, it's stunning to do things. But to be honest with you, the last month of the season, they weren't playing great football. They were playing well enough to win, to their credit, but they weren't playing great football. And Notre Dame's losses are to Miami and Texas A&M.
Yep.
Okay. What's one of the losses for Alabama?
Florida State.
Right at the beginning. And that, turns out, is not a good loss.
No.
Okay? In other words, any loss you feel awful about. But Notre Dame lost to Texas A&M and Miami, who, by the way, last I checked, will be playing each other.
The Alabama's the loss was to Oklahoma.
Right, but they're in.
And they're on the road at Oklahoma.
They're in, and that game was in Tuscaloosa. That was a home game.
And now they're
when
going
they play.
to
Now
Norman.
they go to Norman like they did last year. And Mateer should be healthier by the time they play. But that Florida State loss is sitting there.
Yep.
And they're getting the benefit of the doubt because they won at Georgia, which, by the way, is a major chip in the game. They went to Athens and they won the game, to their credit. But you cannot convince me. Again, the problem is that Tulane, James Madison, one of the two is taking up a spot.
We do have a recommendation from a listener who said that they should play a buy-in game, basically, and the winner gets in. Like the tournament, the basketball tournament, where you've got two 11s
Tulane,
playing.
James Madison?
Yeah, where they play basically one game to get in for the last spot. But that I still feel weird about because they're playing an extra game and then injuries, and it's just a weird...
Excellent concept.
But in
excellent
practice,
concept. In basketball, you can do that because, look, it happens all the time. You come right back and play another game the next day. You do that in tournaments all the time. In football, you need recovery time.
Which is why the 16-team playoff makes sense with the 5 conference champions.
Now with 16, and you don't, and you can do it in such a way where in the opening weekend you have 7 games, and the top 2 teams get buys.
Yeah,
you can do that. Okay, 7 games, top 2 teams get buys, and then at that point, he talks about Tulane and James Madison matching up. Match them up against each other.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Right? You can match them up against each other in a game like that. That's fine. One team gets through. You could do that in a 16-team playoff. Why not?
Yeah.
Thanks for listening to Sports Talk with Steve Jones. Catch the latest from me on the 7 Mountain Sports YouTube page. Find clips of the show on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook by searching up 7 Mountain Sports.